In the shadow of time, where mist clings to mountains and stone whispers secrets, lies a land of forgotten empires and hidden wonders. This is ancient China, unseen. Among rustling leaves and fading light, the temple waits, cradled in the stillness of a season's breath. Here roars the Mother River, fierce and unyielding, plunging through stone as it has for millennia. A village cradled in mist, where wooden beams hold the weight of memory, and morning smoke carries the scent of time. In these glowing hills, every flicker is a heartbeat, each lantern a whisper from centuries past. Between mirrored waters and rising towers, the past walks gently beside the future. This is where the earth rises into cloud, suspended between heaven and memory. Fenghuang Ancient Town. As dusk falls over Fenghuang, golden lanterns trace the river's curve like memories drifting through time. In the hush of morning, the ancient town gazes at its own reflection, unmoved by centuries of change. Like a thread stitching centuries together, the bridge rests between riverbanks, quiet beneath the sky. Smoke rises from hidden hearths, curling past ancient beams that have watched the river for lifetimes. Bathed in the last light of day, the town unfolds like a painted scroll held between river and mountain. Carved from wood and water, the town drifts through time, its rhythm set by oars and whispered legends. As night drapes the valley, the river carries the town's breath, soft, ancient, and aglow. Tucked between emerald hills, the town breathes beneath a canopy of stories, where stone, leaf, and water remember everything. Boats wait like verses unwritten, while one slips quietly into the current, chasing the hush of morning. Beneath a sky brushed with summer, the river turns to glass, echoing every beam, every breath of Feng Huang's soul. Classical Gardens of Suzhou. Between sweeping curves and silent footpaths, the garden breathes in harmony with the city beyond. Cradled by canals and cloaked in quiet trees, the ancient courtyard whispers of dynasties long gone. Within a maze of tiled rooftops, a still pond reflects centuries of quiet contemplation. A lone pavilion floats like a quiet thought above still waters, where time ripples and disappears. Along the winding canal, barges drift past temples and tiled rooftops, where old Suzhou still breathes beneath the city's pulse. Rooted in a sea of green, the pagoda stands watch, ancient, silent, and undisturbed by the rush of the modern world. Encircled by amber leaves and gentle ripples, the pavilion drifts like a memory cradled in autumn's breath. Tucked behind tiled walls and ancient eaves, a quiet garden pool reflects the soul of a slower time. Tiantai Mountain. Hidden beneath a canopy of jade, the ancient monastery breathes in silence, its courtyards woven like a forgotten maze of time. Where the mist clings to the forested folds, a winding road disappears into the ancient hush of the mountains. The waterfall unravels like silk from the heavens, stitching cloud and cliff into a single breathless cascade. A solitary pavilion clings to the cliffside, where mist and stone whisper secrets only the mountains remember. A staircase carved in stone zigzags through the forested cliff, each step a quiet triumph against gravity and time. Great Wall of China. Bathed in the hush of morning, the wall winds like a whispered memory across the waking earth. Among clouds and crags, time lingers in the silence of broken watchtowers. Each step echoes with centuries as travelers ascend the spine of an empire. Through the haze of forgotten dynasties, the Great Wall breathes in the quiet of the mountains. Swallowed by the forest, the wall dissolves into earth like a secret forgotten by centuries. The climb is quiet now, but once echoed with the footsteps of sentinels beneath burning skies. At dusk, the wall becomes a ribbon of silence, woven through the fading breath of the mountains. Amid blooming hills and calligraphy etched in stone, the wall still guards 1,000 unspoken stories. Potala Palace. Rising from the rocks like a vision from legend, the Potala Palace watches over Lhasa in timeless silence. Lanterns sway gently in the highland breeze, carrying wishes skyward beneath a sapphire sky. Built in symmetry and spirit, this fortress temple echoes with centuries of whispered prayer. Where sacred walls meet festival bloom, ancient majesty greets a modern devotion. Hidden in the cradle of pines and peaks, this monastery breathes with the rhythm of the mountains. Even under scaffolding, the stupa glows, an eternal flame amidst celebration and sky. Temple of Heaven. Beneath painted heavens, the Temple of Heaven rises like a prayer carved in wood and light. As the dusk deepens, silence gathers at the altar where emperors once whispered to the gods. Inside, red pillars stand like guardians of centuries, wrapped in gold and echoing forgotten hymns. Under a boundless sky, travelers step into the symmetry of heaven and earth. Dragons and phoenixes dance in jade and sapphire, their stories told in silence and color. Each step leads upward, not just to the temple, but to the sky it mirrors. Here, the brushstroke becomes cosmos, myth and geometry etched into every beam. Pingyao Ancient City. Like a sea of stone and memory, the tiled roofs ripple toward the edge of time. Sunlight brushes the watchtower's emerald crown, standing sentinel over centuries past. Even on a rainy day, the echoes of dynasties walk these wet stone paths. A single road, straight as a calligraphy stroke, guides the eye through layers of living history. As night falls, the heart of Pingyao glows like a lantern strung between the stars. Old bricks rest in the valley's hush, watching new towers rise beyond the trees. Forbidden City. In the hush of morning haze, the palace emerges like a dream, carved from the breath of dynasties. As sunlight crowns the eaves, ancient rooftops whisper stories only silence remembers. Beneath the painted beams, time lingers in lacquered wood and golden dragons. At the edge of still waters, the watchtower stands, half guardian, half reflection. Beneath a canopy of flame-kissed leaves, serenity dwells between seasons and shrines. With eyes of bronze and paws of might, the guardian lion watches over the emperor's gate. Footsteps echo softly through the vast courtyards where emperors once walked in stillness. Now alive with footsteps from around the world, the heart of the Forbidden City beats anew. Golden rooftops unfold like a dragon's spine, stretching beneath a sky brushed with clouds. Mount Wutai. A sprawling monastery complex unfurls over the slopes, its golden roofs catching whispers of wind and time. Amid the stillness of ancient hills, a hidden temple breathes softly beneath a canopy of green. In the hush of the forested gorge, a golden pagoda gleams like a prayer carved into light. A winding path weaves through endless pines, guiding pilgrims toward a sanctuary cloaked in forest silence. From above, the monastery rests like a secret, nested gently in the embrace of the highland woods. Red walls cradle sacred courtyards, where devotion has weathered centuries of mountain air. Where rooftops rise in harmony, the great white stupa stands, a silent guardian of the valley. Lijiang Ancient Town. Like a tide of rooftops frozen in time, the ancient town breathes beneath Yulong's quiet gaze. Morning mist spills over Jade Hills, wrapping the old town in whispers of rain and memory. As golden light slides across wooden eaves, centuries of craft and culture quietly awaken. Still waters cradle the ancient trees, where silence flows deeper than the streams themselves. Beneath the peaks and clouds, a pavilion stands timeless, bridging past and present in perfect stillness. Tiled rooftops ripple across the land like a forgotten poem etched in stone and shadow. Tucked within manicured courtyards and quiet lanes, tradition blooms beneath the watch of tiled rooftops. As twilight falls, the town shimmers like an old tale told in gold and shadow. Crowned by mist and memory, the ancient city nestles against the pulse of the modern world. Under the last light of day, every rooftop glows like a brushstroke on the canvas of history. Huko Waterfall. Where the yellow river narrows and roars, the earth splits open to let the sky fall through. Here, the river rages not with fury, but with purpose, carving memory into stone. Steam rises like breath from a sleeping dragon, cloaking the cliff in ancient whispers. Worn by centuries of flow, the canyon stands patient, a temple to time and water. From the mountains it descends, golden and wild, threading through stone like silk on fire. Huku does not fall, it surges, sweeping the land in a ritual of thunder and light. Fuxian Lake. Where the wind brushes the surface, Fuxian Lake opens like a breath between the mountains. An island adrift in time, its temples whispering stories only the water remembers. Tucked into the folds of the earth, a hillside village greets the morning with quiet grace. Where the stars are studied and the lake listens, tradition and curiosity share the same horizon. On these quiet shores, leisure drifts like sunlight across the sand. A quiet retreat gazes across the blue, where stone and silence meet the mountains. The land leans in to listen, as the lake laps gently at its forested feet. From above, the island unfolds like a sacred pattern, shaped by time, traced by devotion. A place designed for stillness, where every umbrella casts a shadow of leisure. Here, the lake welcomes footsteps and quiet laughter beneath the watchful hills. Carved from stone and crowned with pines, this island rises like a myth remembered. Chaoxingdong Village. As the sun slips behind the hills, a sea of wooden rooftops whispers stories carved in time. Cradled between forested mountains, the village breathes with the rhythm of centuries. Here, where slate meets sky, harmony unfolds in rows of timber and leaf. In the hush of twilight, reflections linger where footsteps once echoed on stone. Miao Village. Like a living tapestry, the village rises in quiet harmony with the forested hill it embraces. Here, time lingers gently, catching the breath of daybreak across every sun-warmed tile. As dusk falls, 1,000 lights awaken, and the mountains whisper in amber tones. In the embrace of river and ridge, Miao Village unfurls like an ancient script etched into the land. Curved like a forgotten scroll, the village weaves itself between water and slope, etched in time. Where earth becomes art, the fields and homes of Miao cascade in rhythm with the mountain's breath. Tucked beneath the woods, each lantern-lit home tells a quiet story of warmth and gathering. Fujiantulo. Beneath the soft light of late afternoon, the earthen walls of the Tulu glow like memory made solid. Here, history curls into the landscape, flowing with the river and resting beside the fields of everyday life. From above, the geometry of tradition forms a silent dialogue between earth, craft, and sky. Within these ancient courtyards, time gathers like rainwater, still, deep, and quietly alive. Amid a quiet geometry of stone and soil, life continues in rhythms older than memory. These ancient homes breathe beside gardens that have fed generations, unchanged by the centuries. In the heart of the ring, color and laughter rise like echoes of ancestral voices. Cradled in green, the village curves with the land, its stories etched into every slope and stone. Built in layers, lived in harmony, this is a home designed to hold time, not just people. Wulingyuan Scenic Area. Stone spires rise through the mist like silent prayers cast into the morning light. The forest breathes below as sunbeams wander between ancient giants of stone. Time slows where the peaks stand watch over the rolling veil of clouds. One soul, alone on the railing, beholds a kingdom carved by gods and softened by green. Here, the earth forgets its weight and floats, forests clinging to sandstone pillars in quiet defiance. At sunrise, the land becomes a sea of stone sails drifting through golden mist. Each peak, a sentinel of memory, weathered, wild, and steeped in untold legends. A thousand blades of stone pierce the morning haze as light sketches poetry upon the cliffs. In a realm once touched only by clouds, the cable cars now glide like whispers through the air. Above a forest of ancient towers, the cableway threads the silence like a path to forgotten heavens. Hibiscus Town. Stone rooftops gather like ripples in a quiet pond as waterfalls carve life into the heart of the town. Above the jade-green river, the village clings to the cliffs, timeless and listening. Here, water tumbles in layers, like whispered stories flowing through centuries of stone and moss. From above, the land breathes in stillness, a meeting of mountain, memory, and man. The falls descend into a basin of silence where the past rests just beneath the surface. Among tiled roofs and emerald canopies, the pulse of Hibiscus Town lingers in every drop of falling water. Suzhou Lake. Where water meets symmetry, Suzhou's skyline leans into the light with quiet elegance. A ribbon of ancient rooftops threads through still waters, whispering stories of life lived gently. Here, the future rises on glass towers, yet the soul of the lake remains timeless and still. A quiet arc of footsteps follows the lake's rhythm, cradled by trees and stillness. Where willows lean and tiled roofs rest, the past lingers softly at the edge of the modern world. At night, the city glows like a constellation reborn, floating above the water's hush. Changye colorful Dengxia. Painted by the slow hand of time, these mountains ripple in silent harmony beneath the desert sky. A quiet river traces golden footsteps along the base of ancient fire-streaked stone. Here, the earth burns with memory, each fold a chapter etched in rust and ochre. Like waves frozen mid-crest, the hills rise gently, wrapped in wind-swept layers of color. Like brushstrokes on silk, the hills unfurl in quiet color, while a lone road whispers through the folds. A hidden gorge carves its way through time, veiled in the shadow of sleeping giants. Beneath the surface, ancient fire still lingers, locked in stone and split by light. Here, the mountains rise like memory, radiant, resilient, and impossibly still. From the sky, the land ripples like a forgotten ocean, its waves frozen in ochre and light. Under an open sky, the earth sighs in color, quiet, vast, and endlessly ancient. Each ridge is a whisper from the deep past, rising in rhythm, raw and radiant. In these sculpted folds lie echoes of wind and time, hollowed and held by stone. Nalati grassland. Endless green breathes beneath a sky that never ends. Here, the road winds through silence, where the forest listens to the mountains. The heart of the valley beats slow, wrapped in alpine hush. Each tree stands like a prayer, quiet, tall, and ancient. The land folds like a whispered story, with ancient trails and quiet homes tucked beneath the sky. Ridges rise like ocean waves, frozen in green, drifting toward forever. Beyond the stillness of the hills, the valley opens, a soft breath between mountains. Huangshan Mountains. Shrouded in drifting clouds, these ancient granite peaks rise like stone sentinels guarding forgotten legends. At dawn, the heavens melt into the earth, a golden sea of light rolling over snow-kissed ridges. Carved by hand into sheer stone, this quiet trail clings to the cliffs, a path between earth and sky. Through veils of mist, a ribbon of stone winds among pine-draped ridges, inviting the soul to wander. Step by step, they follow the skyward road, where the mountain breathes and silence speaks. Yangtze River. Here, the Yangtze curls like an ancient brushstroke across the valley, cradling fields that have whispered with harvest for centuries. Time lingers gently on the water's edge, where wooden sails rest beneath cliffs draped in emerald memory. The river flows on, steady and eternal, even as steel and skyline rise to meet the light. Bridging past and present, the Yangtze bears the weight of millions, yet moves with the calm of something far older than us all. Where green fields fade into steel and water, the Yangtze hums with the quiet rhythm of global trade. Across this endless ribbon of blue, cargo drifts like clockwork, bearing the pulse of a nation outward. Bridging shores and cities, the Yangtze flows beneath towers of ambition and the soft echo of ancient tides. At the edge of the sea, a temple watches in stillness as the river releases its final breath into the world. Yunnan Stone Forest. See, scattered like forgotten bones across crimson soil, the stone forest whispers the secrets of a million years. Among the shadows of ancient giants, today's wanderers gather in search of wonder. Nature's fortress rises in silence, where pine and stone weave a cathedral of time. Like petrified waves frozen in a storm, these peaks stand eternal beneath the haze. As dusk softens the sky, the sentinels of stone keep quiet watch over the land.